We've got our own legal giant coming out of New York. Let's receive at this time our very own Attorney General for the state of New York, Eric Schneiderman.
Thank you. I was pleased to be here to watch Senator Schumer's blocking technique. I want to let you know I play offense. And thank you to Reverend Sharpton, to the whole National Action Network family and team, all of my colleagues in government, Kirsten Foy, Michael Hardy, everyone else, my colleagues, brothers and sisters in labor, clergy, activists. We gather here every year to celebrate and commemorate Dr. Martin Luther King. Ladies and gentlemen, this year feels very different. This year is very different. If you are not feeling what Dr. King called the fierce urgency of now, today, you will never feel it. We are not here, and I will speak very briefly, because I don't believe we should be here today to try to honor Dr. King with our words. We must honor Dr. King with our actions. We must honor Dr. King by respecting the fact that he was not some homogenized, revered, uncontroversial figure who was respected by all and loved by all as they would rewrite history into the Hallmark cards version of Dr. Martin Luther King. He was a revolutionary, a nonviolent revolutionary, but a revolutionary who taught us the strategy of the peaceful revolution towards progress, towards justice, that is the mission we have undertaken in the United States of America. And I will tell you that 50 years ago, he gave his life for this cause. He gave his life for this cause. And today, I want to tell you some of the things that I have been proud to participate in and to witness over the last year. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your lawyer. I urge all of you, always listen to your lawyer. Michael Hardy will back me up on that. In the last year, I have seen the rise of a coalition of lawyers and activists form the strongest legal resistance to intolerance and injustice this country has ever seen. And as we celebrate those who have come before, I will tell you that the movement we are building today is stronger and deeper and more potent than anything I have ever seen in my lifetime. A year ago, when President Trump first took office, we started his first week suing him over his anti-Muslim travel ban and beating him on his anti-Muslim travel ban. And his ongoing attacks, the attacks against our civil rights, to dial back environmental laws, to take away voting rights, to undermine the equality of the LGBT community, attack women's reproductive rights. We have sued him. We have challenged him. We have beaten him in all of these fields. But more, thank you. I don't send you all bills, so this is how you know what I've been doing. But more important than this work, to me, is that we have been greeted all over the United States by an explosion of activism around every one of our cases, starting with the people mobbing the airports. Remember this? Just to see if they could help some immigrant who was being detained. New York lawyers, not usually thought of as the most soft-hearted people in the world, pouring into airports and immigration centers saying, we just want to help someone. We want to stand up for the rule of law. We drew that line a year ago, and I'm here to report that the rule of law is alive and well and strong in this country. We won last week an incredibly important motion on the defense of the Dreamers in DACA, and you Dreamers can now submit their renewal forms for DACA because of the motion we won in California. We will not be quiet. We will not sit down. We will use every tool at our disposal. So let us consider Dr. King's legacy and the strategy that he imparted to us, because he was not a pie-in-the-sky revolutionary. He was a great strategist, and he imparted to us the path of aggressive, nonviolent resistance to injustice and intolerance in every form and every manifestation. You do not let anything slip by. You step to the challenge whenever it poses itself. Dr. King faced longer odds than we face today. A lot of people are depressed and upset. They're saying, oh my goodness, I can't keep up with all the bad things coming out of Washington. So Dr. King was targeted by the federal government, the state governments, and local governments. He was arrested 14 times. He was bombed. He was assaulted. He was stabbed. His final speech in Memphis, people remember the parts about going to the mountaintop. He also spoke about having been stabbed in the chest and being in such danger that he said, if I sneezed, my aorta would have been severed. That was what he faced up to, what he stood up to. Today, we can handle what is being presented to us, because I will tell you this, every time they move, we get stronger, right? Every time they move. They targeted Muslims. Every survey shows Americans have more respect for Muslims now than before they started this. They tried to disparage and defame the Affordable Care Act and anything else President Obama did, but particularly Obamacare. Now more Americans than ever in history believe health care is a right, not a privilege. People are rising. The movement to protect immigrants has never been stronger. The movement to end discrimination against and the abuse of women has never been stronger. The movement for a living wage for all Americans, for good schools in every community, and for humane, affordable health care has never been stronger. The movement to embrace pluralism and stand up for civil rights has never been stronger. Dr. King said, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. Something is happening in our world. The masses of people are rising up. He said that in 1968, but boy, it feels like that in 2018. So my commitment to you is this. We go forward to use every weapon at our disposal to challenge them in the streets, in the legislatures, and in the courts. We will never back down from our position that we are not here as opponents. We are not here as a resistance for resistance' sake. We are here because we believe in justice and equality. We are in the American tradition that Dr. King embodied. Let us take his lessons. Let us take them to heart. Let us take the action we need. I am honored to be your lawyer, and whenever I go into court and I bring a case, the caption is, people of the state of New York versus Donald Trump et al. I take all of you with me. Every week when we go, we will win this fight. The right, temporarily defeated, is always stronger than evil triumphant. That's what Dr. King said. We got to know that today. Thank you.